your name? Don't you play this game? You from another land, got you like it's contraband. Tell me what's your name? Don't you play this game? You from another land, got you like it's contraband.
What's up, guys? Keyshawn Uchiha here, back at you with another new alternate universe video. Now, I'm gonna have music in this background. When does this test something new? I have been looking at y'all comments and stuff, and shouts out to one of this. I forgot his name, but to this subscriber, I'll probably put it down in the link to the description, or probably not. I might forget, but he wanted me to add music in the background, so this is gonna be some music in the background. It's not gonna be a little bit like a theme of enemy theme and stuff, but if you want me to add a theme of a background music, please let me know in the comments and I will work on it. But let's get started. What is this going to be about? This is going to be what if Naruto was a Majin, or you could say the reincarnation of Majin Buu, or you could just say Majin Buu, or a Majin, you could say. Now, why am I making, well, should I say this? Keyshawn Uchiha, why are you making what if Naruto was a Majin? You already did this. Well, I haven't really did this at all. I wasn't really working on it like that. But this is going to be a brand new, you could say, reboot of it. You could say this is going to be what if Naruto was Majin Buu, or you could say a Majin. Now, what do we know about Majins? Well, if y'all don't know, I'll just explain it quickly and then we're going to get to it. So a Majin is pretty much created by Babidi, pretty much just madman. Once the universe turned into a whole, you could say, boom, 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 blow up stars, planets, everything dies, you could say. Now, everybody knows Majin Buu, and if you haven't watched Dragon Ball, then you need to get to it. It's a really good anime. But pretty much, a Majin Buu is pretty much this creature, or you could just say this being that has pure Black Force energy. I'm talking about, hands down, 100% strong Black Force energy. I'm talking about, if you don't know what he's going to do, he's going to give you the smoke. He's going to give you those hands. All the way to his final form of Kid Buu, you could say. And that's pretty much I'm going to have to say right there. Had to fix something, but let's continue. Pretty much, yeah. Kid Buu, or should I say Buu, it's just Black Force enemies. Except for like the first form of Buu. But the other Boos are all full Black Force energy of catch his hands and beat your ass kind of way. And fight dirty, you could say. But, yeah, that's pretty much Majin Buu. Majin Buu can also turn people into candy. They can also survive space. They can also open, well, pretty much Kid Buu can also open up dimensional portal rifts, or you could say dimensional rifts to other areas, such as, I'll say heaven and hell. He can cross through there. He can also end up to King Kai's world. If you haven't watched Dragon Ball, the Buu saga, he can't do that. So he can also like reappear and disappear into a different area. And he can also, such as, yeah, just turn people into candy, regenerate from complete nothing. If there's a hint of him left, he can regenerate. Yeah, he can regenerate. He can also use massive ki, blow up planets, and he can survive it. So pretty much, yeah, Majin Buu is just built different, you could say, with Black Force energy. But how would Naruto be a Majin Buu, and how would this absolutely go? Let's find out. Alright, so how we start this off? We pretty much start off with pretty much the birth of Naruto. Now, everything happens the same, except for when Naruto comes out, Naruto will look totally different, you could say. Now, why would Naruto look totally different? Well, Naruto would look, well, different from Kushina and Minato, you could say. Naruto would have the unique standards of having, I would say have pretty much black hair. He would be having a unique, he would be having a red style hair, like Kushina, but he will be pink with Fatale, which Minato and Kushina, of course, don't judge, but will be concerned and curious, be weirded, will be a little bit like concerned we're out looking at Kushina, and they'll look at each other saying, which Kushina said, "I've been with you all the time, honey." So I don't know how he turned out with this, but nonetheless, they would love him the same. Pretty much, this is where everything will be settled, and then they will love the new child. This is where, of course, Obito will come in, and this will Obito will do all the same as Uchiha Canon, grabbing Naruto, pretty much saying, "Hey, you don't listen to me, or I'm gonna blow up this fucking child and kill this child." Which that whole fight will happen as the same. Now, as this is happening, this is where you could say everything happens the same. Minato will, of course, slap Minato with that one. Not slap Minato. Minato will slap Obito with that 1-2 Rasengan in the back. Rip and pep. Hit him in the back, pretty much. Pause. Not like that. But pretty much that will happen the same. And pretty much this is where Minato will try to figure out how to pretty much get the Nine-Tailed Cherokee. And, start doing the performing ceiling, you could say. Now, as this is happening, everything happens the same. The Nine-Tails will see Naruto, and of course, Minato will fail at it the first time. I'm just gonna say this. And the Nine-Tails will try to do the claw thing, and sadly, Minato and Kushina will come in the way and get hit by it. Now, as Naruto seeing this one, Naruto will pretty much will not cry, but will have a creepy, sinister grin as a baby, you could say. As this where Naruto Black Air Forces will kind of kick in a tiny bit. And this one, Naruto, since his tail is small, he will pretty much just use his full body. Well, his body will be growing, or he will hit Kurama with a beam. Now, of course, this will be the candy beam, and this will turn Kurama into a candy. And pretty much, as the Kurama gets turned into a candy, he pretty much will be floating in, like, the candy will be floating to Naruto, which Minato Kushina is watching this in shock, seeing that Naruto had just turned Kurama into a candy, and Naruto pretty much eats it. Now, I know what y'all think. How is this physically possible, and how can Naruto turn Kurama into a candy? Well, in Dragon Ball, anyone can get turned into a candy. Pause, but yeah, it's pretty much possible. And there's not really like no keen eye of them saying like, oh, what can be turned into candy, what cannot get turned into candy. So, in my theory, I believe anyone can get turned into candy, including Nine-Tails and Cherokees and stuff. And plus, the Uzukis, they turn people into like, chakra pills and stuff. So, you could say that technically is the same, but not at the same time. But anyways, let's continue. Pretty much Naruto will turn Kurama into candy, and Naruto wouldn't be crying, but just be eating the candy, and pretty much it would be sleep, going back to sleep. Which Minato and Kushina, before they can like have any, Kushina will say her final goodbyes to Naruto, and be like saying, "You have an amazing power, and I hope you make a lot of friends and stuff." And she dies off, and before Hiruzen can come in to like talk to Minato just dies and says, "Take care of my boy," and dies. This is where Hiruzen comes in and see a baby Naruto, and pretty much he will pick up Naruto, and that is that, you could say. Now we're going to do a little skip, and we're going to have a young 5-year-old Naruto. Now this 5-year-old Naruto is totally different from the counterpart Naruto, such as he has much more energy, you could say, and more of Black Force energy, you could say. Now, how can I say this in a way? As the villagers, since the villagers got, told by Danzo that, Naruto is a Nine-Tailed Cherokee, or you could say, Naruto ate the Nine-Tailed Cherokee, so basically Naruto merged the Nine-Tails with him, so Naruto can use his chakra without you worrying about it. You can use chakra and ki, you could say. A little bit broken, I know. If you want him to just use ki, let me know in the comments. Or if you want him to just use chakra, let me know. Or just use a mixture of both. Please share. I would love your opinions. But let's continue. Pretty much, this is where Naruto would be a little bit more different from his counterpart, such as not as dumb, but as intelligent and kind of a dirty fighter, you could say. If he like plays around too much. But pretty much this is where 5-year-old Naruto would be pretty much hated by the villagers, but Naruto is more feared by the villagers because Naruto don't really care. Naruto don't really care what they say about him. If they want to fight him or try to kill him, he will give them the mitts. Such as, I'll say, in the age of 6, I would say in the age of pretty much 6 of the Hinata, saving Hinata, pretty much this is where Naruto would be pretty much going home, and as his tail is like waggling, I'm gonna give him a Majin tail in the back. He's pretty much as his tail is waggling, and he's thinking of what he should eat, which he has a childish nature, but he also has that Black Force kid food in it, you could say. Now, as he's been watching, this is where he was here, girl, pretty much getting bullied by the bullies, and they pretty much calling her a ghost, a freak, you could say all that. This is where Naruto pretty much start walking, and he would pretty much walk to them, and he would be smiling. This is where one of the bullies would say, "Oh, look at this. Is it the ninth? Is it the demon?" Which Naruto says, "Demon? Huh, no, I'm no demon. I'm a devil." Which pretty much this is where the kids will do a fart back, but this is where the older ones will try to charge at Naruto and try to punch Naruto. But this is where Naruto will straight up just like unorthodox, let the bully punch him in his head, like punch him in his head, and Naruto's head will be punched like very hard. But this is the funny part: as he gets punched in the head, his neck will extend pretty long, not as like very very long, but like extend at a nice good long length, and it will go right back, kind of like a slingshot, and headbutt the kid, sending the kid a couple meters back with his nose bleeding. Which Naruto would be laughing his ass off, saying, "Look at you on the snow with a bloody nose. Who's next wish to get their ass kicked?" Which pretty much Naruto will be saying that to them, and both of the other henchmen, you could say, will pick up the other kid and just start running, saying, "You demon!" Which Naruto is saying, "Demon. Like I said, I'm a devil." Which Naruto would grin. This is where Naruto would look at Hinata, and pretty much Naruto would have a little tiny bit of kindness. Well, not really. He would just look at her and he would pick her up, like get her up, and pretty much will heal her wounds. And she would pretty much like start blushing and saying, "Thank you." Which Naruto would look at her and say, "You're very weak. The next time I see you, you should get stronger, or else I might have to eat you." Which Naruto will do a little tongue, like a little not like a tongue lick, but he would give her a little bit of a devilish grin, saying like, "Get strong, or the next time I will eat you like candy." Which Hinata took it as like another sense, like as dirty talk, but Naruto as saying like, "Hey, if you're not strong, I will eat you." Pretty much. So that encounter happened, but that will infect Hinata in a different way, you could say. But let's continue. This is where we do a couple skip back, and this is where we're going to have like a 7-year-old Naruto. Now, this 7-year-old Naruto is pretty much don't care about the academy and stuff, and he just really wants to just like fight with people. He wants to get stronger, fight with people, he wants to do shit, like he wants to actually pump up, like he wants to smoke, you could say. Now, this is where Naruto would go to Hiruzen and pretty much ask Hiruzen for can he do some missions or anything? Can he fight him? Which Naruto had been fighting Hiruzen with a young age when he was a kid, pretty much fighting Hiruzen and losing the fight every single time. Like when it comes to if Naruto's a Majin, he would just have the healing capabilities but not the strength. So yeah, Hiruzen would just be smacking him silly each fight. But Naruto would still be getting up and figure out each tactics to try to get him, such as dirty moves, throwing sand at Hiruzen, making him blind, like doing some dirty fighting styles. Because keep in mind, Majin Buu was fighting dirty, and also doing some pretty cheap tactics. You could say non-elites, but either that he won. But this is where pretty much Hiruzen would be like, no, and this is where Naruto just leave and just be all frustrated, saying, "How am I supposed to get stronger? How am I supposed to be the strongest shinobi in this place?" Which this is where, as he's frustrated to figure out, this is where Danzo will kind of make his move in and pretty much go to Naruto and say, Naruto, which Naruto will look, and Naruto can see the darkness, like can see the aura from Danzo, like that dark shit. And Naruto wouldn't really care about this, but he would say, who are you? Which Danzo will explain himself and say, like, he's one of the elders and all that. And he's here to pretty much make, like, if he wants to get stronger and stuff, he's here to offer his help, his hand. Which Naruto will pretty much think of this and says, okay. But this is where he pretty much will say to Danzo, saying, I tell you this, if you're lying to me, you're trying to use me, I will kill you. Or worse, turn you into a candy. Which Danzo will pretty much say, I understand. Well, Danzo will be like saying, I understand. Which Danzo is pretty much just laying aside because, Danzo is Danzo, trying to think he has the upper hand with Naruto. But he's slowly to realize. But let's continue. Pretty much this is where we're going to do a couple of time skip. And Naruto, over those years, Naruto would be pretty much doing missions, doing Ambo missions by underneath Danzo, been getting training in. Also, he'd been understanding more of his abilities and his capabilities of regenerative abilities, which this is where Danzo will also put the more maximized tough training into Naruto. And so Naruto would be like doing Ambu Ops missions, such as getting informations and stuff, and also he will be doing high rank missions such as assassination, killing, and all that stuff, which Naruto has no hesitation. But instead of killing his enemies, he would just turn them into candy, since he knows that capability. He will start turning, strong ninjas into candy, absorbing them, getting their power, their techniques and stuff, their Kinky Kenkai. So I'll explain what Kinky Kenkais he have later, but right now, pretty much he's just, doing armor missions, eating candy, eating them as candy, and just doing so forth, so on, and all that crap. Now, after all of that, Naruto would be in the right age of 14. And this is a highly strong and intelligent Naruto over the years of honing his skills and also eating a lot of strong ninjas over the years now. And have been, you could say, turning them into candy and getting their techniques and stuff. So Naruto's in, like, if I was going to measure Naruto into a scale of high, strong ninja power, I would say he would be stronger than Itachi and Shisui in this age right now. At this current state age. Not stronger than Pain, but stronger than Itachi and Shisui. And keep in mind, those are pretty two strong strong ninjas. And they're Uchihas, so keep that in mind. But pretty much Naruto would be coming back from his mission and stuff, and Naruto will pretty much come up to Danzo, and Naruto would have the whole I'll say the Gold Tank style. I'll say Naruto would have the whole style of Majin Kid Buu style, but he would have like a ninja. He would have a shirt on. He would have like a shirt on, you could say. Actually, no. Okay. Naruto would have his same entire fit, but it will be pretty much black. It would be black and white. It would be black and white, and he would have the M on his belt. He would have a belt, and it would say M for Majin. Now, Naruto eyes would be, I forgot to tell you, Naruto eyes would be red and black. So his pupils would be red, and his thing would be white, just like one. So pretty much this is where Naruto will lead back to Danzo and pretty much tell him that the mission was a success. He managed to got this information and kill the target, which Danzo put Naruto on, instead of Naruto doing one mission at a time, no, Naruto do 4 or 5 missions, and he gets them all done in a day, because Naruto, like I said, he got that Black Force energy like Kid Buu. So if anyone wants that smoke, he gets it, you could say. But pretty much this is where he'll say all the missions was success. He managed to get this information and all that stuff, which Danzo is pretty much saying, good, Naruto, good. Which this is where Hiruzen would be, checking up on Naruto and keeping an eye on Naruto. So he would pretty much eventually find out that Naruto has been doing missions for Danzos and working for the Anbu. Which this is where Hiruzen will call in Danzo and they will have their little scuff, which Hiruzen is saying, if I find out if you're using Naruto to make him as a weapon for the Leaf and doing all this stuff and for your own benefits, I will kill you, Danzo, and make sure. Which Danzo's like, all right, bro, calm down. He came to me. He wanted the missions. He wanted to have some missions and experience and get strong. I'm just offering him that, which Danzo was saying, which if y'all know. But pretty much this is where Danzo will pretty much say very good Naruto, which this is where pretty much Danzo would explain to Naruto that the academy, pretty much the academy is coming up right now. Well, the academy is pretty much already started, and Naruto will be put in right in the middle of the academy, but not like, not too late, but not too early, not too like from the beginning, but in the middle. Danzo will pretty much say that Naruto, you will have to go to the academy because of the Hiruzen, which Naruto will be like, this shit. Which this is where Naruto say, alright. But this is where pretty much Naruto said he would be going now. And before he goes, this is where Danzo will. This is where Naruto say, I have a gift for you, Danzo. Which this is where Danzo say, what is it? Which this is where Naruto will pretty much shoot his thing. Will shoot his thing at. Will shoot his green thing at Well, yeah, I'm gonna say he shoots his pink stuff at Danzo, pretty much covering him up. Which before Danzo can even say anything and alert his ninja or Anbus and stuff. This is where Naruto will absorb Danzo and pretty much take everything that Danzo has. So those Sharingan and those Sharingans in Danzo's hand, which I'm gonna say the Michiyo massacres would have happened as the same. And the eye that Shisui has, Naruto will have it. And plus, keep in mind, they haven't really said that Majin Buu can do this, but I'm just gonna say he can do this since it's in the Naruto universe. Since Danzo has one of Shisui eyes, Naruto can make a copy of it, and he can put them in both of his eyes. So instead of just having one in his eye, he will have both of his eyes. So this is where Naruto will absorb Danzo without anyone noticing. And I know what y'all are gonna say, but Danzo have Anbus anywhere, including when he's talking with someone. There always would be an Anbu member, always there. But I'm just gonna say all the Anbus would be on a mission at the time, doing missions and stuff, and only there will be 2 guards in the front, but that's pretty much it. But pretty much Naruto will absorb Danzo, and he'll pretty much take everything and have all part of information that Danzo has. This is where Naruto will say, so that's what your plan was. Well, thanks for this power. I feel much stronger. Which Naruto will be laughing, a little smirking and laughing about it. But this is where Naruto will pretty much just leave the Anbu, start leaving the Anbu. And before he leaves, he turns the 2 guards into candy. He eats them to get an extra boost, and he starts heading. Now, once he heads home, this is where he gets a knock at the door from Hiruzen, which Hiruzen will talk to Naruto, saying that he will be enrolled in the academy, which Naruto will say okay, which Hiruzen will look at Naruto with a little look, because Naruto never says okay and just keep quiet about it. He will always make a fuss about it, which Hiruzen will be like, okay, which Naruto will say, yeah, okay, am I supposed to get mad or something? Which Hiruzen will say, no, Naruto, my boy, okay. Now, this is where the next day will come in, and Naruto will be put into the academy. Now, this is where Ruka will bring in, this is where Naruto will come in, and keep in mind, no one haven't seen Naruto over for the past couple years now, since he haven't really attended to the academy in a young age and stuff, and no one never get to know him. So Naruto would be coming in, and Naruto hair would be much longer. Naruto hair would be much longer and stuff. His hair will be red, just like Kushina's. His eyes will be, red and have the dark, like people's like Kid Buu. He would have, like I said, have the same style. His nails would be black, and he would just be walking there. Pretty much, he would just be walking, and he would take his seat. Now, this is where the girls would be intrigued. Like Naruto would look like weird, but like cute weird, you could say, because he's like pretty much pink. He has like pink skin, and he's all different. He's just like unique. So this is where all the girls would meet up with Naruto and say, like, oh my god, like, who are you and stuff, well, the girls would pretty much ask Naruto's name and stuff, and Naruto wouldn't really say anything, and he would pretty much smile and says, if I told y'all gonna hate me, y'all would call me a demon. Which since they haven't seen him, they say, why would we call you a demon? Who are you? Which pretty much Naruto would smile and say, well, my name is, which this is where Iruka would come in, and pretty much Iruka would look at Naruto and pretty much call him up and say, alright class, today we have a new student who came in a little bit late, but not too late. He would pretty much say, this is Naruto Uzumaki, which Naruto would pretty much say, yo, which this is where, the girls will say Naruto Uzumaki, which, like I said, the villagers don't hate Naruto, like they don't have a hatred for Naruto or anything, but they don't specifically like Naruto. It's more like like Naruto really haven't did anything. It's more like Naruto has just been out the village, so no one had really seen Naruto walk around the village, so they really don't know Naruto like that, you could say. But pretty much this is where Naruto would say, yo, and pretty much everybody, all the girls would be like, who the key is, and Naruto would grow a little bit of a fangirl face, but Naruto wouldn't really be talking to the girls or anything. I mean, yeah, he would be doing some flirty tactics, but he wouldn't really be doing nothing else. This is where Iruka would pretty much, say there would be, some work, which, of course, some of the kids would say, like, come on, we've been doing work like this all day and stuff. When are we going to start doing ninja stuff? Come and do ninja stars. When are we going to do some ninja shit, you could say. This is where pretty much Iruka was like, alright, might as well, might as well get this started, you could say. And this is where all that would happen. Now, this is where they would do you could say the 1v1 combatants thing, or the, versus person kind of sense. And this will happen. Now, pretty much this is where everything will go as the same. And this is where the fight between Sasuke and Naruto will commence. Now, this is where Naruto will pretty much go. Well, this is where Naruto will pretty much go and pretty much, pretty much will be and do the hand signature and stuff. And pretty much they will start that fight. Now, Sasuke will charge at Naruto. And Naruto would pretty much look at Sasuke and smile, which Sasuke will be a little bit weirded out by it, but this is where Sasuke will, charge at Naruto and stuff. This is where Naruto will be like, alright, let's go then, which this is where Sasuke will combat at Naruto. Now, Naruto will just be dodging Sasuke attacks and stuff, and all that stuff. And this is where he will kick Sasuke back, and this is where Naruto will do will just like say, is that all you got? Come at me then. Which, this is where Sasuke will get a little bit pissed off, and he will jump in the air, and he will do fireball jutsu, and shoots at Naruto. Now, this is where Naruto will just look at it, and he will let himself get hit by a fireball. Now, as he let himself get hit by a fireball and all that stuff, this is where Sasuke think he got a direct hit, but this is where Naruto will pretty much just be walking out the fire, and he will pretty much have like no shirt on. He will pretty much say, I gotta say, that was a real good show, but I think I'm gonna end this real quick because I kind of want to eat. Which, this is where Sasuke will say, what? How? Which pretty much this is where Naruto will appear right behind Sasuke and just karate chopping him back in the neck. Not really going for the kill, but just karate chopping him back in the neck. And I know what y'all thinking. Wait, if he's a Majin, and he would be doing some extra shit such as, you know, toy with him, batting him around, smacking him silly. Nah, Naruto is just legit, just really hungry, and he wants some Ichiran ramen. You could say ramen, you could say. So he would just knock out Sasuke with a quick chop, and it would be a debate. All girls on like Naruto's side would say, "Oh my God, you're so amazing" and stuff, and you know, especially Naruto having no shirt on. And Naruto is ripped. He got he will have the abs and stuff and the muscles. So the girls will definitely be like having nosebleeds, passing out, saying, "Oh my God," and like screaming. While the other side of girls who like still fans over, you know, Sasuke, they would be like, "Nah, he's cheating. There's no way. You know, that's unfair. You know, he was pulling some strings and stuff." And Naruto would just look at them and just like, and just like start leaving. Now, after that, this is where I say, I would say pretty much everything happened the same. I guess we can get to the like final end. And pretty much after all that, this is where all the tests will happen and everything will go as seen. And Naruto will pass every single last one of them because Naruto have no chakra blockout, so Kurama is, like I said, turned to the king and got aided by Naruto. So Naruto would have the QB chakra, the QB like full power chakra, so that's why Naruto is strong and where he's at now. It's clearly plus with the training and eating Danzo, but absorbing Danzo, you can say. Naruto pretty much have like is 10 times, I'll say like 200 times more powerful than Itachi and Shisui. But also, he's not strong as Pain yet, but he will get strong. But pretty much, yeah, he's strong as it's yet right now. Pretty much this is where everything will be the same, and Naruto will be Rookie of the Year. While Aruka is saying this in class, this is where Sakura, of course, get up and say, "No, this is unfair. Sasuke deserved the Rookie of the Year. Like, Naruto cheated. Like, he's not even that good," which Naruto will look at her and say, "Oh, so you're defending Sasuke that is also hated by the village? What makes him so different than me? Is it because of his hair? Is it because of his unique Sharingan that they have? What makes him so special, Sakura?" Which, this is where Sakura is like trying to figure out what makes him so special. And Naruto would pretty much say, "You know, for you yapping your mouth, you really don't know what makes him special. I go ahead and say it for you. It's because of his Sharingan and his status, and his morale being stronger than anyone else here. He's like the second strongest in me. And so you saying that he's much stronger than me is much child's play. He's second strongest in status. Never forget that." Which pretty much Naruto was saying that with a serious grin of like, "You talking too much," which this is where Sakura just shut up. Now, after all that, pretty much this is where all that will become the same, and this is where Naruto will start heading home. Now, as Naruto's heading home, this is where he would have his encounter with Sasuke. And Sasuke will pretty much look at Naruto and say that he will surpass Naruto, which Naruto will look at Sasuke and smile and says, "You will surpass me one day?" "Okay, I'm looking forward to it, Sasuke," which pretty much Naruto will put out his hand to Sasuke, which Sasuke will pretty much, you know, about to walk away, but he will grab Naruto's hand, and Naruto will squeeze Sasuke's hand with great strength, which Sasuke will like fall to his knee, and Naruto will say, when you challenge me like that, you better be strong enough to have a great hand grip," which Naruto will do a grin and tell Sasuke to get strong, and if not, he will eat him like a piece of candy, and he pretty much walks away. Now, we might as well get to the scroll silly part because might as well. Pretty much this is where Naruto is about to head home until he sees a kid with the scroll ceiling and heading to the forest. This is where Naruto will be curious and pretty much follow the kid, and he will see the kid waiting for the scroll ceiling. This is where, of course, Naruto will scare the kid and say, "What are you doing with the scroll?" Which the kid will freak out, which Naruto will tell him to shut up and ask him why he's doing this, which he pretty much will say that Misuke said that if he, learn like a jutsu from the scroll ceiling and hand it to him, he will pretty much, pass him to become a ninja, which Naruto will smack his face and say, "Oh, you're such a gullible idiot," which the kid will say, "What? Excuse me?" Which this is where Naruto explains to him that Misuke is just going to use him, probably kill him, and take the scroll ceiling closer. Which the kid, understanding this, would be surprised about this and be like, "That can't be true." Which Naruto will say it is true. Now, you already learned the jutsu from this scroll. Take it back, and I handle it. Which the kid would nod, and because also he's afraid of Naruto, he would take the scroll and head back to the office, and also, try to tell the Hokage, you could say. Now this is where Misuke will, of course, come in and throw a shuriken at the kid, which Naruto will pretty much just flick the shuriken away and say, well, no, actually just push the kid out the way, his arm will get chopped off. Which Naruto will look at his arm get chopped off, and this is where Misuke will say, "Huh, so look like you saw through my plan. And also you think both y'all will get out of here alive." Which pretty much this is where he will say his whole encounter is the same thing and stuff. This is where Naruto will pretty much look at his arm, and he will just regenerate it back, and he will say, "For chopping off my arm, I make sure I take both of your arms." Which Naruto will make a grin. This is where Misuke will have his fight with Naruto, and the fight wouldn't really go as the same. Naruto would just be playing around with Misuke, smacking him left or right, punch him in his stomach, throwing him in the trees and stuff. This is where he will also heal up Misuke, and then he will pretty much just knee him in his face, breaking his face and healing it again, and knee him in his face, sending him flying to another tree. This is where Misuke is trying to get up and about to try to run. This is where Naruto pretty much is grabbing Misuke and saying, "Now what are you going to do with that scroll?" Which Naruto is making a grin, curious of what Misuke was trying to do. This is where pretty much Misuke will not try to say anything, and Naruto will be like, "It's okay, I just get information out of you in another way." Which pretty much this is where Naruto will start absorbing Misuke. Now once he absorbs Misuke, this is where pretty much he would get the information and say, "Orochimaru, interesting." And this is where he would pretty much just open up a rift at this point, and he would pretty much just go into and teleport to his house, and pretty much will just hit the bed and sleep. Now this is part one of what if Naruto was a Majin. If you like if you also like this background music, make sure you hit the like and stuff. Let's just get this up to 50 likes. 50 likes, nice and simple, and I'll do another part. But I'm Keyshawn Chia. Thanks for watching, and peace out.
It looks like you lost another one.